Hey, what's up, guys? I'm gonna do a real quick pre-fight video. Uh, got some good fights on tonight, man. Two big fights that I've been looking forward to. First off, let's talk about the boxing on HBO with Billy Joe Saunders and David Lemieux. This fight is, I think, probably still at pick'em odds. I have not checked the odds because I'm not playing this fight and I'm staying away from this fight. I'm not making a pick for this fight. I like both guys. I'm a fan of both guys. Uh, I've been a fan longer of David Lemieux than Billy Joe Saunders. I view Lemieux as long as time as closest thing to Mike Tyson that we have today with his come forward, bomb throwing style. Fast, hard punches, getting guys out of there, busting guys up bad. So I've been a fan of his for a while, for years, and Billy Joe Saunders really became a fan. I say like within the last year. Just a charismatic guy who's a damn good boxer, and it's a clash of styles. As we know, a classic boxer against the the heavy-handed challenger, man. The knockout puncher. Whose style is going to outdo the other. I'm very interested in seeing how this fight plays out, man. I will watch this fight and I will judge this fight, and may the best man win. All right, now let's talk about UFC real quick. The prelims are on now. I did not see the Eric Silva fight with Jordan Mean, but I did see the Abel Trujillo fight, or as I like to say, Trujillo. I saw his fight with John McDessie. All right, both Eric Silva and Abel Trujillo, they both lost. I'm not gonna hold my tongue, man. They both need to go. They both need to be cut. They do. Eric Silva has just completely fallen off. The guy was a hot prospect at one time, and man, he's just seemed to fizzle out, man. He lost to a guy who had not won a fight in 3 years. Eric Silva he was underdog in this fight, and he lost his fight, man. From what I've seen and read, like it was a kind of a one-sided blowout. The guy's clearly on the downside. Something's not right with the guy. He needs to either retire or go elsewhere. To try to get his groove back or whatever. So, yeah, if I was the UFC, he'd be gone. And Abel Trujillo, or Trujillo, as I like to say, he was the favorite against John McDessie, man. I view John McDessie as a UFC jobber. He had lost 4 of his last 6 fights. Had been out of the cage for a year. Last time he was in, he got his head kicked off by Lando Venata in a nasty fashion. And Abel Trujillo, he lost to this guy, man. I was thinking about putting money on Trujillo too, man. But and I probably would have, but it just the fight just kind of crept up, came up real quick before I could do it. But man, look, he should be beating the John McDessie, man. First time I saw Abel Trujillo, man, he beat the shit out of some dude, some brother in the UFC, man. Was kneeing him to the body, just beat him down. I was like, damn, this jacked up dude is a badass, And he's had ups and downs, man. But this was a gimme, man. The odds makers, in my opinion, man, this was a gimme, and he blew it, man. He lost 30-27 unanimous to John McDessie, man. Bad, a terrible loss. I would cut him. He'd go to Bellator, try to find himself, go to LFA somewhere, and see if he can roll off some wins, man. Cause and improve, get hungry again. Cause I saw nothing. Now he did get fouled twice. He got kicked in the nuts and he got poked in the eye, and not 1 point taken. They need to change that up. If you poke a guy in the eye, hell, that should be 1 point automatic. That should have been at least 1 point taken from McDessie, but still, the guy was not looking good in the fight, was not winning the fight, not showing anything in the fight at all. So, yeah, I think he needs to go. Use that money to bring in some better younger talent. And this brother from the Dana White looking for a fight series, I just saw him get pounded out against what's dude named Chad LaPriest. He had a sick knockdown on this dude, and he blew his load, man. He tried to pound the guy out on the canvas, and he blew his load, man. Got back up, and the guy easily took him down and pounded him out. So, but when it comes to the rest of this card, man, I'm really mainly interested in the co-main event and the main event. Now, Glover is fighting Misha Serkinov. Man, Glover looked bad against Gustafsson, man. He looked bad. I don't know a whole lot about Misha Serkinov to comment on that fight. Glover's underdog in that fight, man. But he looked terrible against Gustafsson, man. Like, it's time for him to retire. Hell, I thought he should have, after that fight. And he's getting in with this guy, so we'll see what Glover's looking like, man. But if he loses bad tonight, man, he needs to go. He needs to go for real. Now the Ponzinibbio and Perry fight. Somebody should get stopped, and I put money on that fight for the fight to not go the distance. I played that along with the Lawler RDA fight. Look, this is a big fight for me personally. I'm a fan of both of these guys. Have been for for years at this point. I mean, all the memorable wars Robbie Lawler has given us. He was what I would call a great champ because of the fights he gave us. And RDA, man, he's one of the best lightweights of all time, top 5 easily, in my opinion. So, man, when RDA said that he was moving up to welterweight, I thought about it. I said, man, welterweight. I was like, who would be a good matchup for him? Who would I like to see him fight? What's the fight I like to see him at welterweight? And it was Robbie Lawler, man. I sent a tweet to somebody. Maybe I tagged both of those guys. I wanted to see that fight as soon as he went up to welterweight. I wanted to see RDA and Lawler, man. Both guys come forward, and two of my favorite guys, man. And again, it's another situation. I'm not picking a winner in this fight. RDA is a slight favorite to win this fight. Slight, very slight. But, I'm not picking a winner in this fight. May the best man win. I will judge it. But I'm expecting this fight to not go to the decision. Just like the co-main event. And I parlayed those two. And you can get a little bit better than even money parlaying both of those fights and not go the distance. And it is a risk in my opinion. Now the Perry Ponzinibbio fight, that fight definitely should not go to distance. It should not go to distance. But the Lawler RDA fight, look, I think last I checked it was at a minus 140. I'm expecting it to not go to distance because both guys are action fighters. They come forward, they don't take back steps, and I think they're gonna try to put it on each other, man. RDA was ready to fight at the weigh-in yesterday. I could see it all over his face and his body how he was acting. He was pumped up, ready to go. But if this fight indeed went a full 5 rounds, I would not be surprised. If it was a 3-round fight, I would not touch it. If it was 3 rounds, I would completely stay away from this fight. But with it being 5 rounds, I think that it's more likely that somebody will get stopped than not. But at the same time, these guys have had, 5-round fights. RDA, he went 5 with Tony Ferguson. He went 5 with Pettis, even though he completely dominated Pettis. Then you have Lawler. He went 5 with Carlos Condit. He went 5 twice with Johnny Hendricks. He went 5 with Matt Brown. So, Lawler could, it could be a decision fight. It is a risk, man. It's a risky play. I'm not completely convinced, that the fight will not go the distance. But You know, I played it. I thought the odds were good, and I hopped on it, man. So I believe that's it, guys. Covered the boxing, covered the UFC. Hopefully, we get some great fights tonight, especially in the main events. And I will be watching. I will be judging, and I will come on with a post fight to check in with you guys. So let me know what you think, and I'll check in soon, man. Thanks for watching.